Michael Cohen admitted on the stand today he stole money from the Trump organization. Only in a Donald Trump trial would the star witness be the one who ends up going to jail. How lucky is Donald Trump? Donald Trump is like a corruption Mr. Magoo. He's just stumbling around, quid pro quoing, metal beams falling all around him. Gets out.
Yes, this is concerning. I don't know how true this is. Deleted WEF memo review. Trump is on the hit list of leaders to be asked. I believe you can see it here. At the end of this video, I will actually read this out so you can understand exactly what is going on before we even go into what is happening with Trump.
The first ever criminal trial of a former American president is nearing an end. Late today, the prosecution has rested, and now Donald Trump's legal team has the case. Closing arguments could begin in about a week, and then the former president's fate will be in the hands of a jury. Witnesses on the stand today made for what some experts are describing as a wild day. Michael Cohen, Trump's former fixer, admitted under oath to stealing money from the Trump organization during an intense cross-examination. And then fireworks during testimony of a defense witness that led to the judge clearing the courtroom and reprimanding the witness for rolling his eyes and making comments under his breath.
Cohen testified that in 2017, the Trump organization owed a technology company $50,000 and that he paid them about $20,000 in cash in a brown paper bag, but kept the rest. You stole from the Trump organization, right? Asked Trump attorney Todd Blanche. Yes, sir, Cohen said.
Michael Cohen has admitted to stealing from the Trump organization. Does it matter for this case?
It may matter a lot to some juror, and it may matter not at all to others. Michael Cohen is such a proven liar that why would it surprise us that he's also a thief?
Cohen defended his actions, saying he was angry his bonus had been cut and felt he was owed the money. I just felt like it was almost self-help, he said. Cohen is the sole witness to directly link Trump to the hush money payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels.
Yes, stealing $30,000 from Trump completely undermines the entire case and prove what Robert Costello had been saying. Cohen lied about being loyal to Trump. The truth is that he told Costello he had no evidence of any wrongdoing against Trump. You can clearly now understand exactly what is going on. CNN react to Michael Cohen embezzling money from the Trump organizations. This is significant. They appears to have caught Cohen in another lie. It was Michael Cohen who arranged this scheme. So far, there is no direct link to Trump in this alleged conspiracy. This is big. At the end of the day, you will see this man going to jail.
It was clearer to me than ever after watching Michael Cohen testify that the entire legal premise for the case rests on these falsehoods. Now, this was a case of an attorney who spent an hour testifying, in part based on recordings that he took while he was the attorney for that client, secretly recording those conversations. Think about this. An attorney, supposedly for the benefit of the client, without telling the client, is secretly recording those conversations. And now those conversations have been aired in a prosecution against that client. Anybody who's dealt with a lawyer, anybody who's been through law school, any layperson who has understanding of the law understands that seeking legal advice is subject to something called attorney-client privilege. You could debate the policy on this. Is that good policy or not? There's a separate debate to be had. There's good arguments on both sides. But we as a country and in the law, in countless cases, thousands every year, respect the concept of attorney-client privilege, which is to say that the conversation that a client has with an attorney while seeking in good faith legal advice is protected and cannot be used against that client, because otherwise you couldn't have a legal system that functioned, because a defense attorney couldn't actually be doing their job if their client couldn't talk to them. This is true in the cases of heinous crimes that are committed, but that's part of what we think of as the due process of law in the United States of America that has a judicial system that we can trust. Yet yesterday, what I witnessed in that courtroom was a guy testifying about the content of his interactions with his client, secretly recording them, and those recordings being the linchpin of the prosecution against that exact client. That's not just a threat to Donald Trump. That's a threat to every American in this country.
Yes, now take a look at what CNN had to say pertaining to Michael Cohen.
Correct. But this is significant because they appear to have caught Cohen in another lie, and this would be a lie to the other person who is allegedly part of this conspiracy, Alan Weisselberg, who prosecutors have chosen not to call because they believe that he would not testify, that he would plead the Fifth. The judge has urged them to bring him in anyway. They have not done that. So Blanche, once again, now focusing on the retainer agreement.
What this also does is it puts the onus on Michael Cohen. It was Michael Cohen who arranged this scheme, the repayment scheme. If he's the one fudging to Alan Weisselberg and lying about this and twisting that, it puts more of it on him than either Weisselberg or certainly on Donald Trump.
And so far, there is no direct link proven beyond a reasonable doubt to the defendant in this alleged conspiracy. There is a lot of evidence that has been presented. There's testimony from Michael Cohen. There's testimony from others about conversations. But that is the goal of the defense team.
Can you believe that this is it seems like it's going to be the only trial that will go before the election?
Well, I've been moaning and railing about that on my show because I tore Merrick Garland a new one a couple of weeks ago because I think the Democrats blew it, as they always do with this kind of stuff, because they've had 4 years. What was all the delay about? Why are we coming to the end? Of course they're going to try to run out the clock, and they did.
Yes, I said at the beginning of the video, I will read out this so you can understand exactly what is happening. A deleted and leaked World Economic Forum memo reviewed Donald Trump is on the hit list of leaders to be asked if he continues proving impossible to control. The plan to defeat Trump using lawfare is failing, with the former president riding high in the polls while Biden flounders, desperate to avoid a repeat of Trump's first 4-year term. The global elite are now initiating Plan B, also known as the plot to remove Trump from the November elections by any means necessary. Before we dive into when the liberal elite cannot win the argument, they resort to censorship. When they cannot win world leaders through corruptions and compromise, they resort to assassination. In fact, we have seen that happening to a lot of world leaders recently. The plot happening. And from this article, it actually goes further to review what is going on. Mainstream media has declared that the Assad attempt was entirely justified due to his beliefs in what they describe as dangerous conspiracy theories. This is just like what is happening. The case of Slovakia, what we witnessed recently, the WEF and the United Nations declared war on so-called conspiracy theories, and now the mainstream media is suggesting they must be killed to stop them spreading their dangerous lies. In the real war fiasco, one of the world leaders who can see through the WEF agenda and bravely decided to oppose it, known as one of the... I will not go further to read this because the article has some things which I don't really want to say on this platform. It is important. I think I will give this on the descriptions you can click to understand exactly what is going on with this. When I saw this article, I didn't actually believe that this was true until...
Let's talk about these debates. I don't really want to.
And why does everybody here say to me, what happens if he gets elected?